Southwest 2354, Albuquerque departure, radar contact. You can climb unrestricted, maintain flight level 200. Golden Eagle 9er Lima Charlie, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change is approved. Good.
180.
Southwest 2354, clear direct daddy to resume. Over 78 Foxtrot Romeo, Albuquerque departure, radar contact. You climb unrestricted, maintain flight level 200, and you're clear direct dumb to resume. Southwest 2354, contact Albuquerque Center 132.8.
Departure, 232 Papa Bravo, at 635 at the road zone.
November 222 Papa Bravo, clear departure, radar contact.
Connected to PilotEdge.
November 8 Foxtrot Romeo, contact Albuquerque Center 124.32.
5x5.
Albuquerque International Airport. ATIS information, Kilo.
.28 passengers, 12.8. Let's see what this says we need for fuel. All right, first thing, taking off runway 8. Denver's landing south. We got 12,713. Round that up to 58. So 5,800 kilograms is 12,786. This is in pounds. 0 fuel weight 133.2. 6418. Put that in my calculator. I'll get to that in a moment. So I'm happy with that. So we're going to file IFR 33, United 1399. And we have altimeter of 3038. Plan for runway 8. We'll get ATIS in the sim. So now, you know what I haven't done is try to get fuel from this thing. That's kind of cool. I don't even know what that is. 6.1. So that's right. So what do I need? I need we'll do 3,000. All right. Pre-select. Wait a minute, how much fuel do I need? 58. Okay. I have no idea what that. I think it's adding fuel. Yep, it's adding fuel. So that's kind of neat. Never used that before. Passengers. $128. So minus 52,996. It's 84.22. $64.18. Yep. So that matches SimBrief now. 30.3. Get the trim later. So it's climbing. Coming up to 4,000. What's the ECAM say? Cool. Does it do anything on the outside? No. Never filled that way. That's pretty neat. APU coming online. See some heat here in a moment. Probably will see it through the southwest plane. There you go. Got heat effects now. Go ahead and shut that window. sure the bleeds work. Fuel still climbing, that's really cool. I've never used it before. It's like real-time filling. GPU gens available, so we can switch that, remove the GPU, and now we're running off of APU, which is providing an environment. We are sitting here at gate Alpha 3. So that top line is our GPS coordinate that we need to verify. So current Eric, so we're gonna go ABQ to Denver. $150, 3529. 6370. 6370. Align. Go to init to get our cruise altitude. Which I filed 3.3, but might not get 3.3. Right, Albuquerque ATIS is 118.
Albuquerque International Airport. ATIS information Kilo. 2252 Zulu. Wind 320 at Niner. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 3. Dew point -14. Altimeter 3038. Arriving and departing runways 3-8. Visual approaches in use. Simultaneous approaches in use. VFR departures. Contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Kilo. Albuquerque International Airport. ATIS information Kilo. 2252 Zulu. Wind.
Clearance is 19.2. So bump over to 19.2. Ground control is 21.9. We'll get our clearance. GPS is online. Albuquerque's elevation 5354. So that matches, that matches. Check this map, make sure it's showing. Yep. Albuquerque clearance, United 1399 at the terminal with Kilo, IFR Denver.
Yeah, 1399 Albuquerque clearance, clear to Denver Airport, MS3 departure, correction, MS3 departure, then as filed, climb via the SID, squawk 4704.
Cleared to Denver via GEMIS 3 departure, GEMIS then as filed, climb via the SID, squawk 4704, United 1399.
United 1399, read back correct.
Alright, so that's our clearance.
Delta 11 for planning purposes, Salt Lake City landing south.
And we're gonna go ground control to Major Tom. Tower is 120.3, so I'll get that ready. And we are clear to flight level 330. We're gonna take off on 8. Jim is 3. Do Gemmas. And then we're gonna land 16 left on the Peaks 3 from Brazo. Alright, so we should get rid of a disco there. Flight plan is in. Grab our winds. In at page 2, we go to weights. 64.33. $64.33, and then we need fuel, so we should be topped off at 5.8.
Contact Salt Lake Center 133.25.
Alright, so we can turn those off. And we're going to be 5.8. 58.60. It's 500 AGL. Blast out of here at 200 knots. Decision altitude 200.
Salt Lake Center, roger. Thanks for Tango. Altimeter 3047. Cross skis, crushing, cross bear at and maintain 16,000, landing south.
Doing the Jamez 3. You got Tyler, Green, Fiery, Jamez, then
Last 420, Seattle ground, loud and clear.
Denver, an arrival, Peaks from Brazo to Monk, bumpy 27, we're at 33, freeze above 200, that's fine. Peaks, Larks 250, that's right, 219, that's good. Look is 250 above 13, which it is. 210 at Cliff at 1000, and then Hyman manual for an ILS final. So, flight plan is solid, so we're good there. Let me see, takeoff weight 63,418. So it's 63,418. It's 139,812 pounds. So this is all kilograms, 63,418. So we need to get our performance. So we'll come over here. Albuquerque, we'll get the weather. Check that with my weather injector. Winds 330 at 9 knots. 139,812 is our takeoff weight, and we're gonna take off runway 8, which is a Tora of that much distance, 079er. So that's our takeoff perf. Flex temperature is 64, 159 across the board. Hey Envy, what's up, bud? You're on board? Cool, good deal. Let me know if you want me to cover something I just learned, or not learned. I guess I did learn. I've never used it before. Instead of filling up the fuel here, I just originally set this for 3,000, but I wanted 5,800 kilograms of fuel. So to do that, I turned on this fuel thing. So power, and then you set how much you want here, plus or minus. So I set it for 5.8 tons, and then as soon as you hit this button, it will fill it, like in real time. So even though that says 3, I'm showing 5.7 because the APU is burning up fuel. But that's the first time I ever used that refueler. It's pretty cool. All right, so perf, we've got 159. Say 161 and 64 on the temp. Another pearl, yep. Always learning something with this. This plane's awesome. Do you have that website that I use for the perf data? The website I use to get the V speeds and temperature? Alright, let's turn on these fuel pumps.
Yakima clearance, Bonanza 522, Papa Mike, IFR to Portland, please.
We're going to climb via the SID, and the SID says
522 Papa Mike, Yakima clearance, standby.
Flight level 200. Set that. Turn on the altitude and speed restraint.
Papa Mike's cleared to the Portland Airport. Natchez 4 departure. Radar vector is Yakima. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Squawk 2232. Bonanza 522 Papa Mike cleared to the Portland Airport. Natchez 4 departure. Radar vectors Yakima as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Squawk 2232. Bonanza 522 Papa Mike. 522 Papa
No,
Mike,
you don't
Quebec,
have
correct.
it? Okay, I'll
Number 73 Quebec. Contact Chinook approach.
There you go.
123.8.
That's the website you want. This is where you get your perf data. So I click Imperial if you want US, like pounds instead of kilograms, otherwise metric. And then you just fill this in. So it's pretty easy to make it work. It also has checklists. I mean, it's got everything. Weight and balance. I mean, you can do a whole lot of stuff with this.
Quebec, Chinook approach. Yakima altimeter 3025. Advise any other weather. Expect the ILS runway 27 approach.
Alright, so our brake pressure is a little bit low. So we gotta pop out the hydraulics, bring the yellow pump up to 3,000 PSI, and then turn the yellow pump back off. Now we're okay.
November 7, 3 Quebec, you want to hop over to Wickett for the ARC? Number 1573 Quebec, cleared direct to Wickett, descend and maintain 7,000, expect the ILS runway 27 approach.
We'll close up all these doors. Come up here. Do a RAT test. It's called the RAT.
Delta 11, contact Salt Lake
RAT
approach
is
on
an
135.5.
acronym for something. Find out what that is.
Number 516 Tango Tango Aspen, altimeter 3038, descend and maintain 14,000.
Press and hold the clear button and then do that. Ram air turbine is RAT. So that's what I was testing, is the ram air turbine. So if you lose generator power, you can manually turn on the RAT, which is your ram air
11 Salt Lake
turbine.
approach, altimeter 3047. You said you're at 16,000 and
So
descending.
the RAT drops out at the bottom of the plane, and it's a propeller, and it's like a windmill. It gives you
Delta 11, roger.
emergency generator
Skis
power.
5, arrival again, altimeter 3047. Expect ILS runway
Check
16
FADIC.
left approach at Iron.
That just makes sure that these things will work upon starting the engine.
Negative. Delta 11, ILS, runway 16 left from Iron.
Dim those lights a tad. Close and lock the door.
Yes, Captain. We are waiting for your instruction. Ground to flight deck. All holds and hatches are closed. Walk round complete.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Comes our truck. It's gonna run over that dude. He hit him. Yep. Dude got kneecapped. Alright, so let's go in at page 2, update our fuel. We're at arrow on the low side, so 5.7. So we'll update that. That will update our time. So that's estimated extra fuel time in the air. So we have 33 minutes
All doors and
of
hatches are
air
closed.
time,
Ready to connect.
1.1 tons of fuel estimated, and this is without any type of alternate airport in there.
Number 6 Tango Tango, contact Aspen approach 123.8. Delta 11, contact Salt Lake approach 125.7. Yakima ground, Bonanza 522, Papa Mike at the east ramp by the tower with Yankee taxi departure IFR.
Release parking brake.
4704.
November 516 Tango Tango Aspen approach. Understanding looking for the visual approach runway 15. Are you looking to do the Roaring Fork? Number 6 Tango Tango. Is it still daylight out for you?
Let's see, beacon light can come on.
Alright, let's see if we can squeeze her in then. November 516 Tango Tango is cleared direct the red table VOR. Across red table ladder above 13,000. Cleared the Roaring Fork visual approach to runway 15.
Hydraulics, engine, and start. Oh.
Number 516 Tango
ECAM
Tango,
warnings work.
On the ground, runway 27, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 22 at Alpha.
Good afternoon, Seattle Ground, Alaska 420 at the North Satellite, ready for taxi with X-ray.
Delta 11, Salt Lake City, approach altimeter 3047, iron, clear the ILS, runway 16 left approach.
I have one
And Yakima
good
ground establish
generator,
for Bonanza
maybe.
522 Papa
There you
Mike
go.
is 27 via Alpha, cross 22 on Alpha.
Start engine one.
Affirmative. Alaska 420, Seattle Ground, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo.
16 left, taxi Bravo, Alaska 420.
Number 1573 Quebec, cross Wicked at or above 5,000. Cleared the ILS, runway 27 approach. Southwest 53, Salt Lake Center under.
Alright, we have two good engines.
Cessna 978 Alpha Papa as Charlie 1. Run up is complete. Request northwest departure with Kilo.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Number 978 Alpha Papa, Centennial Ground. Which ramp are you parked? Disconnecting tow.
I'm currently at Charlie 1.
North. Oxygen is on. We'll give this
Number 978 Alpha
test.
Papa, Centennial Ground, runway 17 left, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 17 left, taxi via Alpha. Cessna 978 Alpha Papa.
So you got 29.5. It's closest one down 0.3.
Delta 11, say altitude.
Put that there. And we'll push that down 0.3.
Tow is disconnected and bypassed and has been removed. Delta 11, do you have the ILS chart for runway 16 left up? Time and have a great flight.
Always wait for this dude to leave before you do your rudder test, because sometimes it will mess up your steering.
Delta
if
11,
he's
all I'm
still
hearing is you breathing
connected,
into the microphone. Move it away from your microphone and just confirm you have the ILS runway 16 left charter board.
it can mess up your steering otherwise. So I always do all this stuff after he's gone.
Okay, then you should see that you're 1,000 feet too low.
Alright, check our takeoff data. It's 159. All the wind, temperature, everything's the same, so that's still good. Got lights.
Yakima Tower, Bonanza 522 Papa Mike, Harley Short 27 red.
522 Papa Mike, Yakima Tower, thank you, wind calm, runway 27 cleared for takeoff.
27 clear for takeoff, 2 Papa Mike.
Do terrain radar. We're squawking already. Let's get ATIS.
Visual approaches in use.
Do a cabin check.
Simultaneous approaches in use. VFR departures. Contact clearance delivery.
Just right
Advise
here,
on
this
course
is
heading,
your
altitude, and if
cabin
flight
ready
following
button.
is
Good
requested.
afternoon, Seattle Tower,
Read
Alaska
back all
420,
runway assignment and hold
Which,
short instructions.
shows right
Advise
here.
on initial contact. You have information Kilo.
Alaska 420 Seattle Tower,
Alright,
hold
we're
short,
with
runway 16
Kilo.
left.
holding short, 16 left.
Turn on the cargo heat. And we're at Kilo. I'm on ground. Albuquerque ground, United 1399. That's the terminal. Current with Kilo, rated taxi.
Yeah, 1399 Albuquerque ground, standby. We're 522 Papa Mike, contact Chinook departure.
Over to Chinook 2 Papa Mike, have a go in.
Alaska 420 Seattle Tower, wind calm, runway 16 left cleared for takeoff.
16 left cleared for takeoff, Alaska 420.
Which Project Fly was working? He's still updating it.
Southwest 53, cross Jammin at and maintain 17,000. Altimeter 3047, report leaving flight level 380.
It's a super nice airport. This is Payware, Mr. X's Albuquerque. It's also got the military guard base here. This is also where they make the Eclipse.
Number 516 Tango Tango, contact Aspen Tower 118.85. Five 2 Papa Mike, Chinook departure, radar contact, altimeter 3025.
This is where they make the Eclipse
Delta 11, contact
little
Salt Lake
jet.
City Tower 119.05.
And then Cutter Aviation is right here. Really nice airport. And then the FedEx cargo ramp is down here.
United 1399 Albuquerque ground runway 8, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 8 via Alpha, United 1399.
Salt Lake City Tower, Delta 11 with you. It's on a 5 mile fine. Runway 26 left.
Delta 11, I don't have a runway 26 left. It should be runway 16 left. You should identify the approach you're on. That way, in case you go miss, we're all on the same page. Delta 11 on the ILS, runway 16 left, cleared to land. Wind calm.
Delta 11 on the ILS, runway 16 left.
And again, you're still cleared to land. Delta 11, runway 16 left, cleared to land. Wind calm.
I love new people.
Cleared to land, wind calm. Delta 11.
We've all been there.
Aspen Tower 516 Tango Tango on a short final for runway 15.
You gotta be a new guy at some point, right?
Runway 15, cleared to land.
No one's born with
runway 15, cleared to land 16.
knowledge. You have to
Alaska
learn.
420, contact departure.
Contact departure, Alaska 420.
Alright, some ECAM, we got auto brake.
We're ready
Max.
to taxi. We are at the north GA parking, looking for a northbound departure with Zulu.
Yeah, runway 8 right here.
172 Mike Yankee, Eugene ground, standby. Alaska 420, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
Takeoff config
Centennial
test
Tower, Cessna
right here.
978 Alpha Papa at runway 17
Mash
left,
that
ready for
button.
departure.
Systems are normal.
Northwest departure, approved runway 17 left, cleared for takeoff. Wind calm.
Runway 17 left, clear for takeoff, 978 Alpha Papa.
November 6 Tango Tango, left turn when you're able into the ramp on this frequency.
Brakes, that's a little quick checklist. And we're going to tower. Departure is... He didn't give me a departure frequency. When they do that, you just use the frequency that is on the chart. So we are doing the Jamez.
Delta 11, a right turn.
So our departure is 127.4. So 127.4 is our departure.
Hotel Echo, stay on this frequency for Delta 11.
Number 172 Mike Yankee, Eugene ground. Where are you parked?
We are at the North GA parking, sir. 2 Mike Yankee.
Sometimes that gets a little rough. They need to remember it's paying service to learn. Yeah, I know.
34 left, taxi via Gulf.
That's one thing. Like they do get agitated, and it's like this is where people come to learn, so they can better their ATC stuff in real life. So, yeah, I agree with you there.
Delta 11 has vacated the runway.
Albuquerque Tower, United 1399, hold short runway 8.
At 1399 Albuquerque Tower, standby.
Alright. So the SID, we climb to basically 6,000 feet. We have to stay under 230 knots at Tyler. Oh boy, hold on. I know. Gonna hold on to our hats. It's got me going at 212 at Tyler.
Oscar 420, contact Seattle Center 126.6. We'll see ya.
United 1399, runway 8, clear for takeoff, wind 320 at 9.
Runway 8, clear for takeoff, United 1399. They were just doing a shift change.
516 Tango Tango is clear of runway 15.
Turn the packs off.
3, request north apron.
6 Tango Tango, you missed the taxi instructions earlier. Proceed into the ramp. Have a good day.
Adjusting the altimeter for what my injector is saying.
Approaching runways.
Oscar 420, Seattle Center, climb and maintain, flight level 230.
That's a screenshot right there.
Number 2 Papa Mike, turn right heading 190, enable, proceed direct hitch.
On runway 08.
Salt Lake City.
50%.
Tower Delta 11, requesting taxi to gate.
Engines are everything stable in the green. Flex 64. Left crosswind. I put in, there's a wind coming from the left, so right rudder, left aileron. Actually with an Airbus you don't do left aileron. If it's a stick, you push a little bit forward on the stick until you get to speed and then you center it, because the Airbus, you might not know, it will take care of the yaw. Here, I'll explain more when I'm in the air. Alright, positive rate, gear coming up. And we're going to go autopilot at 500 AGL. There it is. Autopilot on. I can maintain 200 knots until after we make this sharp turn. High enough now. We'll turn the packs back on. We'll unarm the spoilers.
Good evening, Eugene Tower, November 172 Mike Yankee. We're holding short of runway 34 left for a northbound departure.
Number 172 Mike Yankee, Eugene Tower, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff, wind 070 HV.
Cleared for takeoff, 34 left to Mike Yankee.
United 1399, contact departure.
Over to departure, United 1399, see ya. Alright, so now we go to Albuquerque departure.
Oscar 420, contact center 125.1.
These are different lights. These are not stock X-plane lights, by the way. I like these much better. Albuquerque departure, United 1399, Gemini 3, climbing via the SID, leaving 9,300.
Oscar 420, Seattle Center, climb and maintain, flight level 350.
Farewell.
United 1399, Albuquerque departure, radar contact.
At 215 knots, this will automatically retract the flaps. I don't have to do anything. So you'll see the flaps retract at 215. There they go. And then at 220, I could take out the flaps anything above S. So I'll do that now, and now the slats will retract. That was just a takeoff config. We're above 10,000, so we'll turn off our lights. monitor pressure while we climb. For these longer flights, I like to leave everything in managed mode until I get to about 22,000 feet or so. Well, 20,000 right now. We're held up by the star, and then I'll lower the speed to about 300 knots to climb faster. But yeah, so the yaw with this, so you know, whenever you put in rudder on just about, well, not just about any plane, you put in rudder, the airplane's going to yaw to the side that you put rudder in. So with planes, you would counteract that with aileron control, right? So if I was coming in the land with this Airbus, and Joe, this is important to know, Airbus handles that way differently than anything else. Albuquerque Center 134.6, United 1399. Let me check in with this guy. 34.6. 34.6. We're at flight level 180, so standard. Albuquerque Center, United 1399, flight level 180 for 200.
United 1399, Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain, flight level 330.
Climb maintain, flight level 330, United 1399. Alright, it's 330. And like I said, once I get a little bit higher, climb faster. But anyway, so when you yaw, you know, if I was landing, you yaw on any plane, crosswind, you know, let's say you have a crosswind from the right. So you're coming in, you're crabbing to the right. So right before you touch down, you'd have to put in some left rudder to turn the nose so you don't tear up your landing gear, right? So at the same time as you put in left rudder, you have to compensate by right aileron. And with the Boeings, the 737s and 767, whatever, just about any airplane out there, that's how it works. But with an Airbus, the airplane is a smart airplane, so it does the aileron for you. So when you're coming into land and you're crabbing in an Airbus, the only thing you have to do is kick in rudder. You do not have to do anything with the aileron. And if you're using a stick, you don't do anything. It will turn right to left. If you put in left rudder, the airplane will turn, but you will not have to worry about the yaw that, you know, where it rolls. So if you put in that left rudder, the airplane usually would want to roll to the left. It won't. The Airbus is smart and it does that for you, so you don't actually have to do anything except kick in the rudder at the last second. It's another great thing about this airplane. it's important to be aware of the A320 is so much more sophisticated. Yeah, it definitely is. This, you know, take you by surprise because it's like you oversteer. You know, most people don't know that. So, you know, when they're putting in their rudder, they're trying to compensate with the airline like you would in any other airplane. And then the Airbus is trying to fight that. You know what I mean? Like you put in right aileron and it's trying to give left aileron because it's wanting to keep the wings level. And here you are messing it up. So the only thing you do is kick in the rudder and the Airbus will handle the you know, the wing. The Airbus will not. I don't think I'm going to have a crosswind landing into Denver. It's a little bit. It's an 8-knot crosswind. So, and it's coming out of the left. So what I'll do is I'll oversteer it on purpose, and I'll throw in right rudder at the very end, and I won't touch my yoke except for elevator purposes, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so now we're going to climb like the Dickens. So we're going to take it out of managed, reduce the speed to 300 knots. That's going to increase our rate. We were at 1,500 feet per minute. Now we're going to, I don't know, go to about 2,500 or so. It's gradually slowing us down. So this little arrow is your estimated speed for 10 seconds from now. So in 10 seconds I'll be at this speed. And now we're climbing at 3,000 feet per minute. So then I'll keep it till I get to about 30,000 feet. Then I'll go back to manage mode because the speed tape will be about the same.
4 miles east of Ukiah Airport, climbing through 5,600 advisories to Sacramento Capital at 9,500.
Seatbelts to auto.
55, clock 5267.
5267, back valley 7665.
Loma 73 Quebec, contact Yakima Tower 133.
See, now I'm not going to climb as fast, but I just gained 4,000 feet and I gave myself a longer cruise. Now I have a longer cruise, top of climb, top of descent.
Background is 7655, radar contact, Ukiah altimeter 3006.
06, background 7655.
Skyhawk 1573 Quebec, Yakima Tower, runway 27, clear to land.
But remind me, Joe, if you're still around at the landing, remind me to show you that. Because it's actually really cool to watch that the plane will not bank at all when you throw in the rudder. I wish all planes did that. That'd be so much easier. The King Air is really, like, you gotta really add in airline when you kick in the rudder. Otherwise the rudder has a lot, that's like a big rudder on the King Air.
Southwest 53 solid approach, altimeter 3046, advise when you have information in uniform. Descend via the Delta 5 arrival, expect visual approach, runway 168. Southwest 53, expect the left side. Alaska 420, contact center 135.15.
And you do know, Joe, I'm sure you do, and if there was more people in the channel, I would actually go through the steps, but you know about SIDS and STARS are even in the U.S. I mean, it's more so overseas where the SIDS and STARS are assigned to runways, but it's less of an occurrence in the U.S. But it just happened that the SID that we used was specific to runway 8.
Seattle Center, Bonanza 522, Papa Mike, level 10,000.
See what I mean? Like, this SID was only good for taking off on the way that we did. If we were going to take off the other way, then we would have had to have used a different SID, which would end up going to the same final approach, our final fix, Jamez. So if I wanted to, you could do so departure. So the other one, that was Jamez. So the other one, I could, where's it at? Atomic. It's Atomic. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Alright. Albuquerque. Departure. There it is. Oh, actually it does have a different one, but this is the one that you would use if you were taking off from the other runway. So, you know, these SIDs are runway specific, but if you want to go north like we're going, then you have to pick one. Either the Atomic or the Jamez. I know that you probably knew that, but a lot of people might not. Just like the arrival into Denver, you know, I have the Peaks 3 loaded because that's for landing south, because Denver lands south. Let me go back. Now I'm at flight level 300, so I usually just switch it back to manage at that point.
1399 contact, Denver Center 127.02.
Denver Center 127.02, United 1399. Denver Center, United 1399, flight level 2903 for 330.
1399, Denver Center, roger.
Turn that E-cam on. If you want to go to the main display, you just have to make sure that none of these are lit up. So you just unlit it, and this will go to whatever phase of flight that you're in automatically. It kind of gives you an overall view. But yeah, so you knew that, but not, and I figured you would. So that's Albuquerque. So Denver. So we're flying on the Peaks 3 because this is for landing south. So if you were going to land north, it would be the Ladora, Denver arrival. That's not it.
Skyhawk 7 tricky back taxi, parking via Bravo this frequency. Have a good day.
Oh, there it is. Ladora. So Ladora is for landing north into Denver. So we could actually switch up these two all the way to basically Larks. That's where it splits. No? Yeah, Larks. So that's where the two SIDs differ. I'm sorry, stars. So I'm going to put this one in as a second flight plan. And this will help you, Envy, because if you put this in as your backup, if the operations at this field changes while you're at cruise or even on your arrival, sometimes that will happen. So right now we're set to land south using this, but if the winds change at Denver to where you're going to have to land north, you could do a full approach with this star from Ladora. So we could do an approach 3-5 left, Cat 3. From Ladora. So the last fix on this star is the first initial approach fix for the full approach heading north.
Southwest 53 cross Magny at 210
Ending at IF intermediate fix at Croup, and then you would continue on down. So this, we know, it would be like a full approach using the Ladora. So I'm going to program that in just in case the operations change. That way it's very quick to change everything up on the fly. So looks like our next waypoint is Monarch, which is right here. Let's see what that. So we're already in the star, so that's cool. So we'll come down here. So you go to second flight plan, do copy active. I'm going to change the arrival for a north, so 3-5 left. ILS 3-5 left. Via Ladora. And it's the Ladora 2. From Brazo. So directly in front of us is Monarch or Moark.
Southwest 53, contact approach 127, point connection 125.
So we can just clear out these other things. Don't need that. Don't need that. So that's our position, right? But we only need to change it up if it's going to change at Larks, because the two stars are identical at Larks, I think. Let me make sure before I... Larks is between 17 and 22 at 250, so yeah, okay. So I can delete everything up to Larks. So we'll delete that. We'll delete that. We'll delete that. So Larks is where it changes, right? So Larks, and then BD Ivan or whatever, and then Ski, and then Ladora, and then Carve right here, and then Copper, Chap, Crew, Croup, and then the rest of it, to include our missed approach fix, which is Gil, VOR, and it will actually do a hold. So second flight plan is in, with the exception of the perf. So I need to go to perf, and you see up here it says SEC, so that's second, right? So you just go to the second approach, decision altitude for this one, which is a Cat 3. So there is, this RVR is 300, I mean I can't remember what that means. Anyway, so I just put no, because it's Cat 3 for decision altitude. And then this is already there, so we are all set to land north if need be. And now we're going to update our winds. So you can pick any waypoint and you click on the right side. Then you go to wind data, then wind request, and then update insert. And now all of your times will update. You probably, that one just changed by like a minute, I think, maybe 2, by updating the winds. So I update the winds for longer flights at cruise and again on the arrival. For shorter flights, I'll update either at cruise or on the arrival, but short flights is probably best to do it on the arrival because it will help you slow down. Like it knows when to slow down for these restrictions, speed restrictions and altitudes. And I always have the first officer side on plan, so I can see how, you know, where I'm at. Lower the temperature, so go temperature, pop that out, lower that to 22 Celsius. That's cabin temperature. So fuel. At Monarch, we need to have, let's see, 7.9, but that's pounds. So 7.9, so at 7,900 is 3583. 3583 at Monarch. So there's Monarch. So you do right arrow and see it's 3.6. So I needed 3583. So we're right on the money for fuel calculations. And you could do the other arrow to go back to your times. These are times, Zulu time, 0035. Top of descent, 0037. So we got 10 minutes. Hopefully I'm showing you some stuff you don't know, and we both learned about the fuel. This fuel thing was really cool. I'm gonna start doing that from now on. I'm gonna make a note on this to show the rudder. Even though I write it down, I can still forget. $1857 is another center that Denver likes to use. So let's go through all of our ECAM, make sure everything is in the green. So we got engine, bleeds are on the green, cam pressure, electric, hydraulics, fuel is even, APU is off. I lowered the temperature, so that's why it's 22 in the forward and 24 in the aft. And we got cabin heat on, cargo heat on. See what, probably too far away for ATIS. It's 125.6. I'm pretty high, so I might be able to get it.
United 1399, descend via the peak 3 arrival.
Descend via the Peak 3 arrival, United 1399. Alright, well that tells us that as of right now, we are going to land south. That's why I deleted all those waypoints before Larks, because I don't need it. If you wanted to go to a different airport, like say you get diverted, you could even go in here, and you could pick any one of the, you can even do it in your main flight plan, but I like to do any type of changes in the second flight plans because it won't mess up what I'm currently doing. And as long as you're on the second flight plan here, it will have another area. It will show, you know, this white line. It's only because I have the second flight plan up. But anyway, so if you want to go to a different airport, you could just left click here and you go new destination and you type it in. I'm not going to do it. And then as soon as you click new destination, it will show up on the bottom. And then you do the same thing. You click on the bottom and then the arrival, and then you add in the runways for the new destination. So that's where you put in a new destination. If you want to go direct to something, you could just do program. I mean, you could do it anywhere direct. You could put the waypoint, VOR, anything. Or you could do anything within the flight plan waypoints. This plane is really awesome. Alright. Need some tiles. So this star allows me to descend to 11,000. So we could do second perf, and we'll just add in the weather there. So we'll do, bring up Denver, we got 3024. Temperature is -2. That's pretty cold. It's 28 Fahrenheit. Wind, doesn't matter. Not going to use that one anyway. So we'll update all this when we get closer, but -2, and wind is 140 at 8. Down to 11,000.
Salt Lake City, Santa Bonanza 136, Gulf Hotel 13, 13,000.
Bonanza 136, Gulf Hotel, Salt Lake Center, Bryce Canyon, Altimeter. 3038, advise when you have the weather and approach request.
Yes, sir.
We do have the weather, 3038 on the
I wish they had better comms between the flight attendants and captain.
Roger.
They could make this so much better. The only one I like using is the mechanic because it says they'll check the doors.
But on the tip of a mic, descend and maintain 6000.
That's the only one I do routinely is the mechanic.
124.35.
Descend and maintain 6,000 and
if you're in a mountainous area and VFR conditions, and if you can see okay, you can turn off the alert system for terrain. And that way it won't go terrain like when you know you're fine. So sometimes if I can see okay, I'll turn those off. And as soon as I start my descent, I'll let Denver know. And a heck of a headwind. I should have gone the other way. Would have had a tailwind.
Portland approach, Bonanza 522, Papa Mike is 9,600, descending to 6,000.
Bonanza 522, Papa Mike, Portland approach, flight doesn't heading.
So yeah, I'll definitely be updating the winds on this approach. I mean arrival.
Advise when you have Portland information, Tango.
I do have information Tango at Portland, 5 present heading, expecting vectors.
The next
for the,
Airbus that I
left
buy
approach.
would probably be the 350 or the 380, whatever the big ones are. I want a heavy Airbus.
Expecting the visual, 2 Papa Mike.
I just don't know if anyone's working on any.
Back Valley 7655, contact local approach 127.4.
27.4, Back Valley 7655.
Alright, there's our cue. Start on our way down.
Back Valley 7655, local approach, and over the base. To runway HV, 4 left.
Denver Center, United 1399, leaving 330.
Roger.
Right, so we need to know. Chances are we're not going to use that, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of that one. So we're going to do 16 left. So that would be, yeah, 1111 with a course heading 173. So 111.1, 173, so that matches. And decision altitude is probably 200. Yeah, 200 radar. 555. You don't have to put the MDA. You only need to put the MDA for RNAV, RNP approaches. If it's an ILS, you just need decision height, that's all, which is your radar altitude.
Skyhawk uniform departure frequency 123.75, squawk 2401. Be back correct. Number 172 Mike Yankee, Portland approach.
I wonder if there's a way to adjust your descent, because descending at 3,400 feet per minute seems awfully fast. The cabin is descending at 350 feet per minute, so that's okay. As long as the cabin isn't descending too fast. That would be very painful for passengers. Put on a DME. That'll automatically give me the VOR, the closest VOR now. If I want to put in an actual VOR, you could go to, you could put in your VORs here, the frequencies, not the frequency, but the actual VOR. Otherwise, it just does it automatically. If you're running like a DME of some sort, that's how you do it. You have VOR 1, VOR 2, or ADF.
CFAG runway 21, taxi via Golf.
See, now this thing is slowing down for 250 for Larks, so we'll be at 250 knots by the time we reach Larks, and we'll be between 17,000 and 22,000. This is why this plane is way better than any of the other ones out there that I can see, is that I can't think of another airplane that will meet 250 knots right at the time that we make it to Larks. I mean, how accurate is that? It knows when to slow down. Other models, other airliners that I have, slows you down too late. Like the Flight Factor 767 wouldn't actually slow down the speed until like 5 miles before Larks. So I'll fly through Larks at like 300 knots with the other airplane, but this one's always spot on. Look at that. Right on target. Still got 5 miles to Larks. It's slowing me down. That's why this is the ultimate. There's not another plane that will do that to that precision. That's why this is my favorite plane for online flying, because I don't have to worry about the plane doing what it's supposed to do. It will just do. But that's why it's very important to keep the winds updated. So we're going to update these winds again. I'll wait till we get out of the... Wait.
1399, contact Denver approach 120.35.
Denver approach 120.35, United 1399.
Eyes on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information India. Denver International Airport, 8 TIS information India. 2353 Zulu. Wind 130 at 8. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 8,000. Few clouds at 22,000. Temperature -2. Dew point -13. Altimeter 3026. Arriving runways 16 right, 16 left, 17 left, 17 right. Departing runways 17 right, 16 left, 825. Visual approaches in use. ILS runway 16 left, runway...
Number 467 Alpha Golf brings delivery say aircraft type. Number 7 Alpha Golf departure frequency 124.0. Squawk 5126. That correct?
Denver approach, United 1399. Descending via the Peaks 3, leaving flight level 185. Current with India, request the ILS 16 left approach.
United 1399 approach, altimeter 3026. Expect ILS runway 16 left approach.
3026 and expect ILS 16 left, United 1399. Alright, so we are coming up to transition. We already passed it, so 30 to
And Portland approach, Bonanza 522, Papa Mike, Portland's in sight.
Bonanza 2 Papa Mike, clear visual approach, runway 10 left.
Clear for the visual, 10 left, thanks to Papa Mike.
update our winds.
CFG, second tower, runway 21. Clear for takeoff, wind 010 at 3.
And then we can go to perf and we'll update our winds there. So 140 at 8.
The terminal OGA.
Because once you click update winds, that will disappear, so you have to redo it. Otherwise, everything else is still the same, except 2.4. So my sim is running 2.4. To
Number 467 Alpha Golf,
terrain, since we're getting a little low in Denver.
Verify you have information Golf, runway 13, taxi via Bravo.
Do 16 left, so to 29 miles away. Max landing weight 65 tons. We're at 63.7, so we are good there. We're finally low enough to see some lights.
.com 205, descend and maintain 10,000. Contact local approach 121.3. Around the 2 Poco Mike, contact tower 118.7.
Over to tower 18.
Now, one thing with this Airbus is, since we're cleared the ILS, that means we're automatically cleared to fly the missed approach fix. To cycle the FMC, you have to make sure that since whenever you have radar vectors, you have to radial in, otherwise the autopilot will not cycle the missed approach fix, which in this case is Bruce. Yeah, so that's the missed approach fix. So we would climb to 12,000 feet. I mean, the autopilot will do this intercept. It will do the missed approach procedure for you, which is why it's important that when you get to this point where they vector you, that you do a direct to kick me with a radial in. That way the McDo will cycle the missed approach fix, and I'll show that, you know, when we get there. But you gotta radial in, otherwise the autopilot won't fly it. I like these lights way better than the stock lights.
Number 7 Alpha Golf Roger 150 departure runway. Feel free to switch to tower on your own. 119.9.
23.
CFTG ready contact departure. .com 205, turn 10 degrees right, back to Salinas, descend and maintain 5,000.
10 right, descend and maintain 5,000, DOCOM 205.
Let's put the ILS on the first officer side.
Wings, tower. Flight heading 130, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
And again, I will demonstrate the rudder yaw bank effect, or whatever you want to call it. So we still have a little bit of a crosswind, 140 at 8, so be a slight crab to the left, so it'd be right rudder. So I'll disconnect from the autopilot a little bit higher, so I can try to demonstrate.
Your actual name of this person I flown out here in Washington.
Huh?
This is the Spokane departure.
Spokane departure. Thank you very much, sir.
United 1399, contact approach 123.85.
Denver approach 123.85, United 1399. Denver approach, United 1399, leaving 11,800.
United 1399, Denver approach, descend and maintain 8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000, United 1399. Alright, so now I'm going to let it slow down to 190. Just take it out of managed, and then it will descend for the speed. So let's go to manual. We'll just slow this to 190 first. So I'm going to add in some speed brakes. We're going to go 1 notch flaps. When we get underneath 200, we'll add in another notch. That will help descend. Do our landing lights on.
Number 467 Alpha Golf, contact departure.
Seatbelts are on. Wings are checked. 200. Flaps 2. This will really start to pitch the plane down, and we'll descend fast.
Number 467 Alpha Golf,
need the drag. Once we get down to 8,000, I'll slow down to 170 or 180. This is when, if you wanted to, you could turn off the terrain warning, but I'm not going to because it's nighttime. I'll bring up the map. Bring up the ILS thingy. And ask for the south side of Bravo terminal. Do auto brake low.
United 1399, turn right heading 030.
Right heading 030, United 1399. Alright, now we're going to slow down to 170. I'm going to come over here and we're going to activate approach. And let me see where I'm at. So I want to... We're going to do flaps 3. Now, I need to do, we're going to do kick me, so we're going to do direct to, kick me, radial in, direct to insert, and then reselect heading. You've got to reselect the heading. That will extend the center line, and it will cycle correctly once I turn in after it. This is 5.7 miles away from the center line,
Alaska 420,
you
contact
can
local,
do a
Delta
U-turn at 3.5
132.95.
at 170 knots. You can make a full U-turn. So as long as you're 3.5 or greater from the center line, then you can make a turn.
Alaska 420, Ocon Center, good evening.
A little bit faster there. But you'll see how it cycles. It will cycle now that I did that radial in. But if you don't do that, it won't cycle the missed approach. Spoilers are armed. Flaps 3, we're good to go. One thing left to do is gear.
United 1399, turn right heading 145.
Right heading 145, United 1399.
Dotcom 205, contact Monterey Tower 118.4.
Tower, good, Dotcom 205.
United 1399, 2 miles from Kikmi, maintain 7000 until established on the localizer. Clear ILS, runway 16 left approach.
Maintain 7,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS 16 left approach, United 1399. So I'm descending to 7,000 because I'm clear to 7,000. And then you'll see, I'm going to make sure that we cycle properly. So I want to turn into here.
Left, clear to land, wind 110 HV.
So we'll arm localizer. Oh heck, you could just arm approach.
2,000.
See how it cycled? So it cycled and it went to managed on the heading. So now the missed approach fix will cycle automatically. You don't have to worry about it. So as long as we remain under autopilot, the plane will do everything it's supposed to do for a missed approach.
Portland approach to Mike Yankee, just a heads up, we are heading south out of the Charlie.
What is the tower? 135.3.
Contact tower 135.3.
135.3, United 1399, see you.
November 7 Alpha Golf, radio service terminated, squawk V5, frequency change approved, we'll see you.
3.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved, good day, 467 Alpha Golf.
Denver Tower, United 1399, stop showing a localizer, 16 left.
Number to Mike Yankee, you'd wait for frequency change, or if you feel it's late, you can request it yourself once you clear the channel.
Alright, gear down.
United 1399, Denver Tower, runway 16 left, clear to land.
16 left, clear land, United 1399. Alright, so I'm going to show you the yaw rudder thing. It's not really crabbing much, but it's okay. So we're going to go full flaps here in a moment. There we go. Once I get to about 500, it's going to be hard to demonstrate this during the nighttime, but I don't know, might get the idea.
November 2 Mike Yankee, radio service terminated, squawk V5, frequency change approved, we'll see you.
1,000.
But the main thing is with the autopilot with this for missed approach, keep it in autopilot. The only thing you have to do to go missed is give full power and then flaps 3 gear up and it will cycle everything perfectly. Alright, so I'm going to disconnect the autopilot and I'm going to throw in some rudder to the left. No hands. See?
500.
It keeps it level. Wings are level. The only thing I'm doing is putting in rudder.
400.
So the wings are level. This is the only plane that does that. I mean, I guess other Airbuses might, but so the only thing I have to do is control my pitch and turn with the rudder on final. You don't have to worry about banking.
Minimum 200.
See, I did all that. Now I'm off course. It's all right. Got plenty of runway.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Long
20,
landing,
10,
long
5.
landing, 9,000 feet remaining.
My approach was a little messy after that, but that's okay. I wanted to show you guys how the rudder works. It's pretty cool. Whiskey Charlie, I think. Put on brake fan. So we'll come up here to a stop.
A320-U, taxi to gate via Foxtrot, Bravo November, monitor ground, have a good day.
Working via Foxtrot, Bravo November, monitor ground, United 1399, thanks you too. Alright, so here's Foxtrot, and ground is...
Parking via Alpha monitor ground, have a good night, come 205.
27.5. And we got the turn on the APU. Turn off the strobes and landing lights. APU's coming online. Hey Jake. Say sexy. You the sexy one. Hey Fiverr. Thanks for the resub, Fiverr. I appreciate that, bud. Jake, you're slacking, man. Envy, did you see I need to switch to ground control. Did you see that landing with the rudder and how it doesn't bank? Bravo, November, second one. Sure thing. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I don't always catch it, especially if you guys do it like when I'm not online. When are you gonna have another fly-in out of DCA?
November 172 by Charlie, Cessna Skyhawk with information Kilo. Would like VFR to the northeast, negative flight following.
Skyhawk 1729 Charlie, Monterey delivery, departure frequency 121.3, squawk 1405.
Departure frequency 121.
You just had one a few days ago.
1405.
Oh yeah, are you still doing your Wednesday night ops? You're gonna do that tomorrow? Is tomorrow Wednesday? I don't even know what today is. Today's Tuesday. So you're doing your Wednesday night ops tomorrow? Here's Bravo Sierra. Might not be around. Oh, okay. If you're not, I'll check. If you're controlling, I'll probably fly out of DCA. It's pretty much that's my excuse. I don't do it every Wednesday, but I haven't flown out of your airport in a while. But you don't always control DCA. It could be other airports too. Guess I'll pick that.
Monterey ground.
Pick a gate, any gate.
Mike Charlie.
This entire terminal is
ready
united.
To taxi from the apron to the GA terminal.
The Hawk 172 Mike Charlie, Monterey ground. Runway 28 left at Lima. Taxi via Alpha.
I want to run over this dude. That'd be funny.
28 left at Lima. Taxi via Alpha Lima. 172 Mike Charlie.
Alright, APU is on, so we can kill the engines. Gate's coming over. Screw, turn that off, turn these things off. $28.80.
Disconnected.
Capital Christmas Friday night ops. Oh yeah, that was busy the other day. I did see that. I didn't fly. I don't remember if I flew it or not. DCA is your airport, easy as pie to get in and out of there. Why is that your airport? You're not near DC, are you? I thought you were like in Michigan, Jake. That was the fastest gate entry I've ever seen. Yeah, I was pressing my button, which is brakes low, instead of using my toe brakes. So I was like, oh man. So I was coming in fast, so I actually, like you saw, I let go of that button, and then I just slammed on the park brake button. So that's why it came to a screeching halt. You live in DC? Have you always lived there? For some reason, I thought you were like Michigan or somewhere near those Great Lakes with all the snow. I mean, it snows in DC, but I didn't know that. 10 years. That's about as long as I've known you. That's interesting. I'll have to make it a point to let you know when I fly out of DC, because I have custom scenery for all of DC. I've got, the White House and the Capitol building. I've got all that stuff. It looks really cool, especially in the evening with it all lit up. So next time I fly out there, I'll try and remember to let you know. Let's do a replay of that real quick. It's me messing around with the rudder at the end. There's really not much to see at this airport, is there? Well, you learn something new every day. Thanks for that intel, Jake. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to get out of here and grab some late dinner. Thanks. See you guys later.
U4725, depart Jeffel, direct to Denver VOR, that's Delta Echo November, that'll be back to the final.
Direct to the Denver VOR, and would you say that was Delta Echo November?
Yes, sir, and that's after Jeffel, that next fix, after Jeffel, direct Denver VOR for water speed 4725.
Hey, firm, we can do that, thanks.
Thank you. So else called asking? American 1837 Denver approach to lead speeds, maintain 280 knots to greater for now. Expect the RNAV Zulu runway 17 right approach.
RNAV Zulu runway 17 right, 270 knots, American 1837.
Yeah, 30 Denver approach, expect a visual approach runway 16 right, the Denver altimeter is 3025. Yeah, what's 5930? That's 2370, connect Denver approach 120.8 today. 70, see ya.
Denver approach, good evening, United 2370, leaving 17,000 on the Jagger.
United 2370, Denver approach, good evening, cleared RNAV Zulu, runway 17 right approach.
Okay, cleared the RNAV Zulu 17 right. Yeah, last controller told us our request for 16 right was probably going to be approved.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they didn't pass that on. You can cancel approach clearance, plan runway 16 right.
Yeah, we'll plan the visual 16 right, United 2370. Thank you.
You bet. Push speed at your leisure.
Speed American 1837.